Hello guys, welcome back. Today I am going to show you how to implement Firebase Remote Config in Unity. So Firebase Remote Config is something like you can control the game after the release. So it's required to control after release. You can change the values, you can do whatever the things. You need to implement it first before releasing, then you can control the game in the console, Firebase console. This is just a simple script with a button and an image and two scripts which has literally nothing on it currently, and for sprite which is I'm going to use to change it via the Firebase console. Let's attach the scripts. Attach UI manager to canvas directly and let's open it out. And for those who want to set up the Firebase project, I have another video, previous videos, you can check that out. Let me import the Firebase SDK, Firebase Remote Config SDK, keep that in mind. Okay, just import all. Then we need to convert it into Android platform project, or else you can't use the Android resolver. And let's copy this code for Firebase initialization. Okay, let's put it in the start now. Let's fix these errors. Firebase app. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, this is the place where the Firebase gets initialized. Let's debug log for our thing, Okay, let's copy these things for fetching the data from Firebase. Let's remove update as we are not going to use that anyway. Let's fix the errors once again. It's just using statements you can include, and a debug.log, they missed that. I don't know why. And we got to add another method from their documentation. You can look into the documentation if you want in detail. There are plenty of options on how to use remote config. Currently I am using for just to make using index. Okay, just int. You can use JSON for more flexible. If you want a video on that, I can make it if you want. So it's more flexible than any other stuff. Like you can do a lot of things, infinite things using remote config. So it's better to use remote config if you are releasing any game. Okay, let's declare a int index and let's get the value from remote config. Remote config.getValue, and pass the string, which is the key, which we are going to do in a minute. Dot double value, since we don't have int in this, so we are going to use double value currently, and we are going to convert it into int. So okay, so that's done. We'll be right back after creating a key parameter in remote config console. Let's get to the remote config in console and create configuration. Then we'll get something like this. Let's create a parameter, something like sprite index. Okay, then we have string in the data type. We can do anything. Like for now we'll use number. If you want something else, you can comment. I'll make a video on that. This is just a description for your reference. It has nothing to do with the game. It's just for your team or you. Then default value, you need to set the value, and that's not it. It's not done yet. After saving, you need to publish the changes. This is just a draft now. Unless you click the publish changes, it won't happen anything. It won't reflect any changes in the game. Okay, that's done in Firebase console. Let's get back to the code and let's paste the sprite index key in the get value string, and let's print the index. We need to call this somewhere. So before that let's set up let's enable the auto resolution. Oh, we got an error. It's because okay, it's because of that I didn't check the manifest files and others, like player settings, other settings, and I mean publish settings, main manifest and main Gradle template and Gradle properties template, settings template. You need to check all of those. Then you need to force resolve, Android resolver, force resolve, and that should be it. That should fix the problem of that. Attach the script into the button on click event plus and drag the object which you have the script, where you have the script remote config. We don't see any method because it has a return type, so it doesn't take a button doesn't take a return type method as a on click listener. So let's create a simple method and let's access it in the button, and that's it. That's the basic implementation of a remote config. Let's check it out. Firebase initialization is successful. Ignore the warning. It doesn't have any value. So there you go. That's the value we have got. Let's try to change it and let's check it on the Unity editor. Okay, let's publish the changes. That should be it. And one more thing, you can't change the value in the runtime in Unity editor. You can change it in the mobile devices like Android devices. So in Unity editor it won't change in the runtime. Okay, you need to keep that in mind. Okay, that's it. Now let's create a list of sprites and image component for storing the background image component. Let's remove the start and update, and let's create a event. Okay, when the fetch is completed, we need to invoke this event. Okay, when this is the place where it gets like we need to invoke the event. This is where we get the successful fetch result. So dot $invoke, and we need to pass the int, which is the index number. Okay, so I made an error in the top. Let's put the parameter as int, not the return type. Int index. Okay, and let's remove the return type to void. And that should be it. That is it in the Firebase script. Let's on enable, we need to subscribe to the event, that event which we created in the remote config file. Now let's create a method to subscribe on. Let's pass the index as a parameter as we have given in the event. Let's subscribe to the event, and don't forget to unsubscribe the event. Okay, it will cause some memory leaks, so it's better to unsubscribe once you have done the subscription. Okay, so okay, for now let me leave it like that, and let's change the sprite of the background from the list. It's basically a simple logic. You can go into it by pausing and just adding a condition to like for safety reasons, or else we'll get some index out of bounds error. So let me do return here. If else, we'll log some our own log error. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's check it. Before that, we need to pass the background button to that and add our sprites to the list, just like that. Drag and drop. That is it, and let's run it. Let's click on fetch, and it's index out of false. Obviously it's more than 3, I guess, in the remote config. So let's build it and let's check it in the actual device. So let's build it. Okay, we got an error. It's nothing. I had my storage filled in my phone, so it's something crazy like okay, it gives me an error, something like that. So let's replace it and build it once again. I'll create some memory in my phone, and that's it. It's built successfully, and let's fetch it out. Okay, there you go. It changes. Let's change the value in the console once again. This is in the current runtime. Okay, I haven't changed. I haven't get out of the game yet. Let's fetch it once again. Yeah, there you go. It changes. Let's do it one more time, maybe. Publish changes and publish and click on fetch. Yep, there you go. That's it. Bye. Subscribe.